So MAPE a questionable measure, right? I mean, I think a lot of people talk about MAPE is not a good measure, especially for rewarding forecast performance. And, you may have seen a very popular article that is being often quoted, which just basically starts with with saying that is forecasting a waste of time, right? It was a supply chain management review article, I think a few years ago. And so basically, saying if a product is very forecastable, right, as someone was saying earlier on, if a product is like very forecastable, right, and then you come up with a forecast, right, you come up with a forecast that looks like this, right? No big deal, no rocket science, right? You're still going to be within 5% error, right? So this is the product that you're forecasting month in, month out. Your job is done at 2 o'clock, and you are on the golf course at 3 o'clock every day, right? Because you are able to hit 95%, 100% accuracy. So, and then there is another planner who actually is looking at something like this, right? And then that planner works hard, and basically the person actually lives in the company, right? And lives in the building. So, he goes home at 2 in the morning and comes back at 8 a.m. in the morning. And then, he has a forecast that looks like this. It's reasonable, but there is huge errors in there. And, he is actually like off quite a bit, right? He's like, he shows a forecast error of almost 40, 45%, right? So there is one guy who shows a forecast error of 5%. The other guy shows a forecast error of 45%. But so the one guy doesn't work at all. The other guy works very hard, right? So given this situation, it's troublesome to use MAPE as the performance measure, right? So MAPE actually has some inherent things that you want to question, right? Now, MAPE is the best measure to start with, right? It is a measure of underlying business performance for sure, right? Because if this business is this chaotic in terms of demand, then obviously senior managers have to look at it and then say, what needs to be done here? Is there a variety of factors that causes demand volatility? Supply spikes? Are we actually training our customers to take deals? Are we just like really kind of teaching them like the Pavlovian dog, right? So, we just like say there is deals coming, you don't buy this month, you buy next month, or we are doing promotions, so customers expect all this and they behave that way and they increase the forecast the demand volatility, right? So maybe, MAPE should really have people sit up and take note and then say, we got to do something about this volatility, because obviously you're not going to be able to forecast it, right? However hard this person works, and it's going to be very difficult to forecast, right? Even if they match the historical number, nobody knows what's going to happen in the future, right? So as a business measure, MAPE is a good measure, right? It just says overall as a business, including management, strategically have to move to address volatility in the market segment and customer segment, right, and address forecastability issues. Now, on the other hand, when you think about a performance measure from planner to planner, what you want to do, you want to just really look at improvements in MAPE given a benchmark, right? A guy who has a flat demand profile who has 90%, he's able to improve forecast accuracy to 91%, 92%. Maybe that's a slightly good accomplishment. A guy who is given a set of SKUs that can only do 25% error, 25% accuracy, 78% error, then this guy is able to improve the accuracy, right, by another 20 points, in terms of MAPE improvement. Then that person needs the cheers, right? That person needs the first prize, right? So what you want to do is, then, as I said, do the trend charts, look at the comparison of MAPE over time, right? So MAPE depends on the underlying volatility of the business. Observed MAPE will be higher for volatile, seasonal, and highly promoted businesses. More effort is required to increase forecast accuracy in such cases, right? So really what you want to do, you want to just really look at reward recognition should be based on improvements in MAPE compared to volatility or historical MAPE, right? So that's what you want to be thinking about, okay?